Hey YouTubers, it's Fox, and I know I haven't uploaded anything in a while, but this will be the first thing in a while that's going to be uploaded. It's going to be a D&D recap. So yeah, finally got another gaming session in. Yay, good. Still didn't get very far, unfortunately. There were two new players that joined in today, which made things quite difficult. Let me just get to the part that they were at. They still haven't even reached chapter 1 yet. Okay. Now, we last left off when they were separated, fighting the two groups of enemies. Now, they finished those guys off, obviously, and then they regrouped because the room had a door in between the two. And where it regrouped, it also entered into a very large cave area with just a lot of humans walking around. Now, all the players were basically going up to the humans and doing stuff to them because they would just walk by without any reaction. And they did stuff like flipping them off, punching them in the face, just a whole bunch of stuff that was hilarious. And one of the actual smart characters went and actually figured out that they were under a spell. So he didn't know what kind of spell it was, but it was some sort of obvious hypnosis, or not hypnosis, mind controlling spell. But he didn't know where it was coming from. And then the person that figured out that they were under the spell was Alistair, by the way. And then Blackstrider, he was stealthing, and he stealthed over to this giant stone thing pointing. It looked like a cannon, and it was pointing towards this square indentation in the wall. So yeah, basically everyone goes up to this cannon, and they will not look down the cannon, which I find hilarious. They throw a rock in the cannon, nothing happens. Inazuma actually goes and starts tracing the outline because he was feeling around the cannon, and towards the end of the cannon there was like bumps. So he was tracing the lines on the cannon, the bumps. And as he was tracing lines, he noticed that the bumps looked like veins. Eventually, Leviacus, the Dragonborn, took Alistair and forced him to look down the barrel of the cannon. And, yeah, basically, what he saw was a giant eyeball. So, he made a dungeoneering check, I believe, and failed. It was either dungeoneering or arcana. Failed. And was like, yep, that's a giant eyeball. And Alistair tried to talk to it. And it was like, if you understand me, blink once. And it went blink, 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 blink. I don't think it understands me. So yeah, also, eventually, he made another knowledge check, and the second one he actually made. And basically, he went from, oh look, it's a giant eyeball, to, oh my god, it's a beholder. Yeah. This thing that's attached to the cannon, petrified to the cannon nonetheless, is a beholder, just with the giant eye left. And they tried to do checks to figure out what the hell could have petrified this thing. All they found out was that it had to be some sort of powerful sorcerer. And they were messing around with the square cutout of the wall, feeling inside of it and stuff, but there was nothing there. So eventually, after they do all this, they go back to Jack, tell him what he saw, told him what they saw, and that they killed all the rogues, and also held up the book to him so they could see it. And he basically goes, well, I'm not surprised that any of you don't know this language. It's a mysterious language of the dark folk, which you can't really learn. And oh, I forgot to mention, the Dragonborn ate one of the slaves, and Inazuma basically put one in a headlock and brought him up, just dragging him by his feet because they don't respond to anything that they did. And so yeah, they showed him the slave, and what Inazuma wanted to do was use the slave as his own purpose. First off, I told him that this wouldn't work because he was just gonna go straight back to the cave. Two, I had Jack break his neck because he wouldn't listen to reason. So I was like, you know what? Breaks neck. If you can't tell, Jack isn't good aligned. He's not evil aligned, but he's not good aligned. But yeah, Jack said he would get his men in there, get the slaves out, clean everything up, and he said, and he would also find a place where he could get the book translated. And he said this will all take about a week. So, I'll also gave him 500 gold apiece. And, he also said, a part of becoming a part of the Bahamut Dragoon Alliance, he said that they could also have a house that they had open right across from a weapon shop. So yeah, after 2 days have passed, all they hear is a on the door, like a thud. And he goes to open the door, and Inazuma is there with he now has a hawk, and it's on his shoulder, and he just picks up the note, and he's like, I can't read this, so gives it to Alistair, and Alistair reads it, and on the note it says, "We are where you brother's dead, revenge comes." Really bad comment that they had. On the third day, they were introduced to two new people, the two that joined in that day, which was, I don't know their names by offhand. One is Asher, which is a female Azure Soulborn, the brother of Blackstrider, because Blackstrider is a male Azure Soulborn. So, yeah. So, it was, Asher and, I forget the other one's name, but we just called him Starburst for now until he gets a name, a permanent one. So, we got Asher, the Azure Soulborn, and Starburst, the, Styx Barbarian. So, two new crazy guys that are added into the mix, just like pushed in there. The Barbarian, the interesting thing about the Barbarian is he is chaotic evil. So that should start getting some interesting responses out of our Paladin, but he wasn't at game yesterday. So we won't really know how that's going to work out until, yeah. Excuse me. So that was the third day that passed by. The fourth day that passes by is a lot of notable things happen around town. The most notable of which is that the town is throwing a parade in your honor, and for ridding the. I forgot to mention something that happened in between all this. At one point, they went to the shop. I think it was on the first day. They went to a shop to buy potions. There's an alchemist store, and the guy that was behind the counter is just Josh, and his name is Josh, and he's just like, yes, what do you want? Eventually, they get into a whole big commotion to the point where the rogue rolls a 20 to intimidate the guy. So he's cowering way in the back of the shop. Inazuma goes back there, gets the guy by his shirt and he starts telling him, "You will sell us these potions for a cheap price." He's like, "Okay." And he also what's it called? So he sells 5 bull's strength potions for 50 gold, but that's all he will sell to them. And Blackstrider actually gives him like 200 gold bonus to be nice, and he's like, "Oh, you're very nice," compared to these other. Holds up his clipboard that he works on, jackasses. And Inazuma rolls for reception to try and hear what the guy was saying. All he hears is mumbling, and Inazuma calls him out. He's like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Oh, nice. You guys are nice. You guys are good friends of mine." So, and then after all that, they leave. That was the first day. Second day, third day, fourth day, the parade. Yeah. So they're throwing a parade. While this is happening now, Akira gets lured away by some music, and when he realizes that he's no longer lured by music, he notices that he's missing 10 gold, which I have to tell him that now because he has to subtract 10 gold off his money. Also, one of Alistair's potions fall to the ground, and people look very strangely at Asher and Blackstrider for the soul melds that they have, and the cart stops in the middle of town, in the middle of the park, to give praise, and all of a sudden 6 daggers come out of the crowd, 4 of which were aimed at Inazuma, 2 of which were aimed at Starburst. 2 hit Inazuma, 2 hit Starburst. I was aiming most of them at Inazuma because he's more of a threat. Oh, I also forgot to mention, the Barbarian Starburst has a orc axe, orc double axe. So, yeah. And then 6 Sulks just jump up onto the cart, and they killed the Sulks, and that was the end of that. So, yeah, not much happened in this one. Well, it may have sounded like a lot because of what I was explaining, but we didn't get far in the campaign. It was only like 1 page that we got through. Kind of unfortunate and kind of annoying, but next time they're gonna get through a lot more, hopefully. See you guys for the next time of this, and hopefully some more Dark Cloud. Trying to get on that, but my capture card's kind of not working too well. Anywho, see you guys next time for whatever I plan to do next. Bye.